people seen him with Charlie Caniglia, Ronnie One, a few other guys.
Right. You were with or under Carmine when John shot you. What was Carmine's reaction to that?
First, I went to my friend Nicky's house anyway.
Right.
To check myself. His wife was on the stoop. I said, Patty, listen, I just got shot. I got to go in your bedroom. She's joking, so I turn around and show her. She goes, oh, my God. So I go in the bedroom, and I pull a bullet out of my thigh.
Mm-hmm.
It went in the back of my thigh, made a right, and it stopped, but it was sticking out the skin. If it would have went any further, it would have tore through my testicles, put it that way. I called Chicky, the old man. I said, listen, just take me to the hospital. I want to get checked.
Mm-hmm.
Because you catch bacteria or whatever they say, and make sure no internal bleeding. That was it. Cops come to the hospital, they question me. I tell them, listen, I don't know. I was getting into my truck. Someone pulls up behind me and shoots me. At point blank range, I says, yeah, you got to climb up into the truck. So anyway, he says, he comes, before I cut out the hospital, he comes up to the hospital. He says, listen, Carmine says to stay in the hospital. Don't leave here. And I'm like, all right, to me, that's something's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I left anyway, and I went and I armed myself. I picked up a couple of guns. I picked up a little machine gun, and I went home.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the following day, Carmine calls me to the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just talking, he says, how you feeling, blah, 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 And I explained to him what happened. I says, I really like to kill this kid. And that was just a gesture, you know what I mean?
Right.
So about 2 days later, he's staring at me in the junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
I look at him, I'm like, what's up? He goes, you got any balls? And right away, I knew what he was talking about. He says, I never thought you would ask.
Mm-hmm.
And from that day on, we started planning John Alight's demise. In retaliation for shooting me, and, I was going to kill John Alight, yes.
Right.
At the time, I was.
Right. I mean, you had your own personal beef with him. Obviously, Carmine probably felt disrespected because here you told John that you were under Carmine, and John obviously had the balls to shoot you anyway. Obviously, at the end of the day, that just goes to show where the Gotti family was with Alight at that time, because that would have been approved, I'm sure, through John Gotti Jr.,
Well, there was talk. See, I testified at John Jr.'s trial. Carmine did speak to Jr.
Uh-huh.
And came back to me and says, Jr. said, if you're going to do this, get it done.
I'm just making the assumption based on the history that Junior and Alight had with each other. I would think that I would think that Carmine would run that by Junior. How and when did you learn of Gotti Jr.'s 302s?
After I testified for Junior, not too long after that, Alight was coming out with a book, so John Gotti Jr. rushed out a book.
Right.
I don't remember which one came out first.
Alight's did.
Yeah, I ordered it just to see what it was about, and I saw what Alight said about me, and then, I saw about the 302s. I think the 302s were in the book.
Yes, they were.
And, I read up more about it, and then, after I testified, because, I still socialize with a lot of attorneys that, handle my cases.
At what point were you contacted by Gotti Jr.'s defense team?
During the course of the trial, on the Daily News, everybody testified. You would read later that evening online, and they have the blogger where you can blog and make comments.
Uh-huh.
Stupid me was blogging.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was saying that Carmine hated Alight because of this thing with Vicky Gotti. So I made a comment on the blogger. No, it wasn't for that. It was for shooting one of his guys, Stephen Newell. But now, see, this is how I find out things. The FBI monitors things.
Wow.
They found out it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So they started coming to my house thinking I could help them. But before that, they were coming around to my house. Let's say before Junior's trial started. Way before. They were trying to get me to testify against John Alight when he was on a run. I guess going to go to trial.
Right. Which actually ended up being down here in Tampa, where I'm at. So.
Right, but what I'm saying is, A-Light, they wanted me to testify against A-Light.
Right.
And I kept telling them no. I got nothing to say about the guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
When the defense found out that I don't know, because I knew Angel Gotti was on there. She must know who I was, or something to that effect. And there were some other guys blogging that who I was in jail with. They were like, I was with Steve Newell when they took him down. He refused to testify. When I was in jail, they tried to rearrest me and, offer me to testify against Carmine and this one and that one, and I told them no.
Right.
You know what I mean? I came off the visit, and I was this guy Frankie from Hollow Beach. I said, Frankie, would you believe on the visiting floor, I thought I had a fucking visit. It turned out to be, FBI agents again. They wanted to know if I wanted to get out of here, if I could help that.
Right.
He blogged. I was with Steve Newell that day when he came off the floor and told me that the FBI was here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So somehow they found out it was me, and because I think Junior's funds for private investigators were low or something. I don't know. The FBI had an obligation to find me for the defense.
Interesting.
The judge can order that.
Right.
Say, can you find this guy Steve Newell for the defense? Something like that.
Right.
I don't know the exact details or how they do it. So then, I was also a football coach. I coached my son and I coached Peter Gotti's son. They're about the same age.
Right. So for the most part, you had a relationship with various individuals within the immediate family.
Yeah, friend. As a friendship. We were always friends. Hello, goodbye, how you doing? Talked.
Right.
Now the guy don't even talk to me, but whatever.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. So
anyway, I met with John Jr.'s lawyers at a pizzeria restaurant on the corner, which was a Ronnie One-Arm place. It was called Aldo's.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to me, Charlie Canisi. So I ended up testifying, for John Gotti Jr.
And that's kind of what I want to get into. I mean, after you essentially helped save Junior from, obviously, a potential lengthy prison sentence, what we talked about the other day. I mean, then he came out with his book, and in his book, he was calling you a rat in his book. I mean...
Well, in his book, he describes the testimony of people, and he put me in his book, saying how I was involved with A-Light, and how, then at the end of his chapter about me, he puts at one time Steve Newell was a law enforcement cooperator. And which kind of hurt me because,
Well, and just the irony of that. I mean, you pretty much did him a solid. If he said nothing, it would be better than, saying what he said. But I just always found irony, with things like you just stated, when, I remember John A-Light was telling me, because I asked him, when he found out about the 302s, he only started to cooperate once he got word that Gotti Jr. was already cooperating with sitting down, giving a proffer session with the 302s.
That's what I heard.
Right.
Ronnie's opening statements made John A-Light look like the bad guy, including Junior, because I just recently read them.
Right.
And, this guy is an alleged, because I'm not going to,
Right.
He's an alleged captain in the Gambino family making opening statements about A-Light and Junior, and, I didn't believe it at first either, but now the paperwork's out there. They're not photochopped or whatever they call that. These are real statements.
Right. Court documents.
Court documents, yeah.
Right. If A-Light, was a quote-unquote nobody, to that family, why would people, within that immediate family...
You can't say he was a nobody.
Well, I'm going by what they call him. They call him a low-level nobody. They said that they weren't really connected with him. They've made a lot of statements.
Okay, listen to me. from personal knowledge from Steve Newell, from what I've seen, okay, there's photos of guys that, sitting in the club.
Right.
All those guys I've seen answer to John A.
Right.
You understand? Ronnie Warnock, before he became alleged made guy, used to answer to A.
Right.
I've witnessed it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
interesting.
Guy Peden tells me, he's Junior's right-hand man now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, A. can't go saying that if he wasn't.
Right. Absolutely.
I can't, I don't want to say names, but I've seen made guys go up to A. and say hello as if he was a made guy.
Right.
So, he was well respected. He was a tough guy.
Right.
I've seen things he's done.
Again, from my perspective as an outsider, and trying to be an objective journalist, it's like, there are photos of A-Light in Junior's sister's wedding party. I mean, there's photos of A-Light at the Gotti family home. There's even a photo of Junior and A-Light together that was used on Gotti Jr.'s special on 60 Minutes. All I'm trying to establish is factual history. That's it. Again, I'm not...
You had guys like Mike Finnerty.
Right.
Patty DePipla. They all hung around Junior.
Right.
I've seen these guys answer to A-Light.
Mm-hmm.
As if he was the guy in charge. So, if I became Junior's closest friend, people see that. They respect me.
Right.
Do you understand? He was well respected, I seen him get respect from made guys. And that nobody can deny.
When was the last time you spoke or had any communication with anyone in the Gotti family?
A long while back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me and Angel Gotti, his sister Angel used to talk, on Facebook, Twitter. When A-Light's book first came out, I was part of it, like, with them, fuck A-Light. And then because he shot me, because, I guess the hatred was still there.
In hindsight, it's like the Gottis come out with a book, or John Jr. comes out with a book, and he actually kind of screwed you worse than...
A-Light's not calling me a rat.
Right.
He's just talking about how he shot me.
Right.
When Junior said that, I was in touch with Angel Gotti. Said to Angel, where would he get that from or whatever? She goes, well, the new book's coming out and stuff like that. He's going to do his best to change it. He's going to do his best to change the online version. Never happened. And then I never heard from them.
I just think it's the irony that they ostracized you when, in fact, what they did to you was damaging. You did nothing to them, So.
And the funny part is, I still live in the neighborhood. I still see people every day. People tell me, why do you even socialize with that guy after what he said about you? And these are guys still active. He said, you should have never helped that creep. One guy,
As far as the mob is concerned, he's really a nobody, but he does have the family name, and I understand that that's their brand image, and they're trying to protect it. I understand that. I mean, I do want to say this. I think the fact that you are still living in the neighborhood, you still hold your head up high, look, man, that says a lot.